God says, you have no idea how I love you. I cannot stop it right now. I choose not to, but I choose not to because it works out for this tremendous uh, thing, venture, enterprise. I'm saving a world. Nebuchadnezzar had 3 shots at Jerusalem, 605, 597, and 586. In 586, he absolutely shredded the place. Then, of course, he sent the bulk of them off into captivity, that kind of thing, you see. Well, he wrecked and ruined it, left some people in the land, just a handful of people, to do some things that needed to be done. The Book of Lamentations is a record of how it happened. The city gets to speak. The city will say things like in Lamentations, is that anything to you that passes by, that you don't look at me and feel sorry for me, that kind of thing. And then there's a fella who has a look around at the place, and I'm imagining him doing this. He goes to see in the early evening, he goes to see the city. It's wrecked and ruined. The walls are all torn down. Fungus is growing all over them. Weeds are here and there. He finds his way into the holy place, and it's all covered with this, that, and the other, rubble and the like. He even finds his way into what was the Holy of Holies. And in there are screech owls. There are little snake reptile types, rodents here and there, fungus coming up out of the ground. All of that, and the smell of the place, the dampness and the whole thing, an absolute wreck. And this was the place that God said he'd put his name. Now it's all ruined. The people are off into captivity, way down to Egypt. Handful of people don't know what they're doing. And here is the story. This is it. This is it. And what does he do then? In defiance, in happy defiance, he begins to sing, the steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, says my soul. Therefore, I will hope in him. Ooh. How does God get someone to do that? How is it that a fella like him, a woman like him, people like him, a handful of people in a wrecked and ruined country, how can they sing like that? How can they be that defiant right in the face of chaos, quiet bedlam, the sound of animals, little foxes taken care of, the whole holy place, everything shredded, and he starts singing? How does that happen? I'll tell you, you can't get people ready for that kind of thing while it's happening. You can't get people ready for a hurricane when it's already tearing up the whole city. You can't get them ready for a tornado when it's killing your family. You can't at that time say, trust God. No. You can only do that when you prepare people in the good times and in tough times too, of course. But there's got to be this constant preparation for people before the roof falls in. I don't know what people think about this C virus. I know what's being said. I don't know who's saying anything that they know anything about. The government can handle it very well. The medical people can handle it very well. The economists, this is a serious situation. But you can't get people ready for this kind of thing when it's happening somewhere. We need to get the Church of God ready for it. Look, just in case there are some non-Christians listening to this, we would love you to be Christians. You understand that, don't you? Not swaggering or anything, nothing like that. There's nothing superior about us, only that we have met Jesus Christ and he's met us and he's drawn us to himself. And so look, you're in trouble. You're bereaved, and all of this kind of stuff has happened to you. There are further threats. You're jobless now. You're losing your house. All of that. So how can anything how can anything make you happy under those sets of circumstances? Well, you shouldn't worry. Who shouldn't worry? Of course you should worry. Paul listed worry, the pinnacle of it all in 2 Corinthians 11. He said, you know, on top of all that trouble, the beatings and all that I take, you know, it really guts me. I said, I worry about the little churches. And that was one of his marks of a genuine apostolic calling. Forget people who say, well, you shouldn't be worrying and all that. Forget that. If Jesus walked into the door and sat down beside you, he put his arm around your shoulder and he would say, look, I know what's happening. I know what's happening. And if you ask me, why don't I put a stop to the whole thing, I would tell you. I would tell you there's a day coming when I will, but right now it's all very complex. And I got to explain it to you, but you're not even interested in explanations. You would just like it to stop. It's stopping that you want. You don't want theology. You don't want explanations. And here's the only thing I have to offer you. My name is Jesus Christ. And I trust God. And if he were not trustworthy, I would have told you. Maybe you already trust in God. Well, believe also in me too. This that you're going through now doesn't have the last word. And your life will not last here in this world forever. I've got something to offer you, wondrous, beyond your imagining. Eye hasn't seen, ear hasn't heard, hasn't entered into the heart of man, the things that God has prepared through me and in me and all of that for you. And he wants it for you. And I'm telling you all of this so that not that it will take away the hurt that you've got right now, but it'll put it in its place. I want you to know this is not the last word. And my Father has sent me to tell you this. He loves you. And what's happening now, you know, you can either doubt his love in the light of that, or you can look at me and trust me and doubt your doubts. And he would say to the Church of God, be brave. Nietzsche said, I'll let you talk to me about your Savior when you show me your salvation. Kierkegaard, he said, God is not a vacuum salesman. He didn't stand at your door ready to answer all your questions, and if he answers them all right, you might buy what he's selling. This isn't God at all. Now, I think Kierkegaard was kind of over the top. But nevertheless, one of the central issues is trust him. Teachers, preachers, help me. Talk to me about the things that don't currently obliterate suffering and poverty and squalor, but says these are not, they're not the voice of God. They don't have the power over the voice of God. They're threatening all of that, and they hurt me. But God says, God says, you have no idea how I love you. And I got to explain everything to you. But if it's real trouble and you are having real trouble, he would say, you don't want me explaining things. You just want to know it's me. And that'll do. You don't want me to explain things. You would like me to stop it. And if I told you and you trusted me, I cannot stop it right now. I choose not to, but I choose not to because it works out for this tremendous uh, thing, venture, enterprise. I'm saving a world. And because of that, it gets very complicated. And I'm saying, trust me and work with me, okay? And when you're crying, I'm hearing all your crying. I put all your tears in my bottle. I don't forget anything. I don't forget anything that's going on with you. I know it. Trust me, okay?